Right, hi guys, and welcome back to the Lola Mastercard My Team career mode, or whatever you want to call it. And as you can see, we've had a week off because the game was broken. It kept freezing, it kept crashing, and I could not record anything. So, yeah, the 1.07 update came out, and it actually works now, so all good to go in that sense. We're just starting the end of qualifying here now, as you can see. I've just skipped to it because we didn't do anything behind the scenes this time, so just jumped straight to quali. And we're on a relatively good lap so far, just rounding the final hairpin there, as we're going to go into the final left-hander any moment now. And yeah, we're looking on course for a strong qualifying position. China is one of those circuits that it's not my favourite, but I always seem to do well around here. And Bosch, we're into P16, which is a fantastic effort. And in the end of the session, that's going to put us in, where are we? We're not on the first page obviously, but 17th. Only Giovinazzi improved his time to get ahead of us. So we're ahead of both Hassers, both Williams and our teammate, which is an impressive effort indeed. So I'm really happy with that. We're going to be a strong race performance from there, hopefully. And we'll look to build on that. And now I shall hand you over to the incapable hands of Mr. David Croft. I hope you all enjoy.
It's time to find out which driver is up to the task of claiming the Chinese Grand Prix. We're here in Shanghai. We're here in the Yangtze River Delta today, home of the 16 corners that make up the Shanghai International Circuit. 54% of this 3.3-mile lap is taken at full throttle, and we'll be getting up to speeds of around 200 miles an hour, with DRS assisting the cars down the back straight before they brake into the sharp hairpin at turn 14. Also here, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Why don't we kick off by discussing Max Verstappen? That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Albon, Max Verstappen and Vettel, Sainz, Ricciardo, Norris and Lance Stroll, Raikkonen, Kvyat, Sergio Perez and Gasly, Ocon, Giovinazzi, the scientist and Kevin Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell, Latifi and Mahavir Raghunathan. Which of these talented drivers will come out on top today?
Okay, thank you very much, David Croft, and we're waiting for the 5 lights to go out from P17 on the grid in the Lola Mastercard, and it's away we go. We have an okay start there. Some cars around us have a better one. Giovinazzi gets a better launch, but then gets boxed in, as you can see. We're going to try and send it up the inside, are we? It looks like we're going to try and feather us way through and find a gap. We do. Look at this. The 3 wide, 4 wide. It's chaos, and we're up the inside of absolutely everyone. We get a warning for a collision there, but first lap woes. It doesn't really matter. A little bit of rubbing and tickling on the first lap is more than acceptable. And we're up to P11, lads. Up to P11 already. This is a brilliant start. We've got a car around us outside. That's Perez, but no worry, because we're just going to lunge it up the inside of Raikkonen there. And we're up into P9, a double overtake on Raikkonen and Norris. That means that currently we are in a McLaren and Renault sandwich, a proper midfield battle team there, and we're up to P9. P9, and we're going around the outside of Ricciardo. We can't be going for P8, surely not. No, yes we are, we're going for it. Up the inside, we're leaving racing room, but Ricciardo's squeezing us onto the grass there. But we're through, we're going to get him, P8. It looks like it's on the cards, and there we go. We've got Sainz ahead of us now, so we're still in a McLaren and Renault sandwich, but just the other way round, and we've gone wide, so that could allow Ricciardo back through. He is up the inside once again by the looks of things. He's there. The corner arrows are going mental at the bottom of the screen, but no, we've stayed ahead, and that's absolutely fantastic. From P17 to P8 on the first lap, it looks like it's going to be. We're activating the overtake button. We're in rich mix as well, I'd just like to add. I like to put a lot of fuel in and just keep it rich all the way in through the race then. And we're just coming around the hairpin there towards the final corner, and we are going to complete lap 1 in P8. So I said I go well round here, and it looks like that's going to be the case once again. It's not my favourite circuit by any stretch of the imagination, but I always just seem to hook it up, manage to get the tyre life going well. And, oh, it looks like we're going to be going wide here. Keep it off the grass. No, we can't. We're off the... Oh, no, we're wide. And, oh, and Ricciardo's got us back through again. And, oh, Raikkonen tries having a go there. He's doing well in the Alpha at the moment. But, yeah, unfortunately, we've lost that position now to Daniel Ricciardo, which is a shame. All that hard work, and we have lost one position. But still in the points as we start lap 2. Fantastic stuff. And towards the end of lap 2, just about to go on to lap 3, we've run a touch wide out the final corner there, but we've got the overtake button enabled. We're absolutely going for him. We're going to try and move on Daniel Ricciardo. Are we? We look at, oh, you couldn't get any closer. You couldn't fit a fag paper in that gap, but we tried to go for it, sneak his way up the inside like we tried on the first lap, but no, not to be this time around, unfortunately. But we're still there on him. We're still there. He's right there. We can get this. We can get back into P8 and claim what is rightfully ours. Overtake button table. Bang! Oh no! No, we've flicked us bits of wings off there. They go flying. And we've got yellow front wing damage on both sides, the left and the right side of the wing, but it doesn't seem to have slowed us down just yet. I am suffering from a bit of understeer coming through there though. Oh, do I need to pit for a wing though? That's going to be the crucial thing now. I am suffering from understeer, but I think I can just drive around it. They're asking me now if I want to go on an alternate strategy, and I've said no, let's keep the current one. We'll stay on lap 5 and see what happens. So you're joining us on lap 4 now, and again we've got Ricciardo in our sights. We've got the overtake button, we've got DRS this time on him as well. He's defending the inside, so we're going to go round the outside. It looks like we've got the move done, but we can't swing back in. And oh, late braking from Ricciardo, as he's well known. We're up on the curb there, so a bit of wheel spin just costs us a little bit of momentum, but we're up on the inside now, are we? Oh, and it'll darts off into the pit lane, so that means we're into P8 for now, and we need to get some speed and some pace going so we can try and do the overcut in the pits, as we're going to be pitting this lap. And as we go on to lap 5, trying to make ground on Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz is out of the race, so a shame for him. And that's brought out the safety car, which is unbelievably good news for us. Ricciardo's going to lose all that time in the pit stops, as are any other cars that pitted on that lap, and that means that effectively we're going to get a free pit stop on those cars that have already pitted, and we're going to come out ahead of them all because they won't be able to catch up. So we're coming into the pits. I've elected not to change the wing. I'm going to leave it as it is. I don't want to lose any track position or any time that I don't need to lose in the pit lane. Our teammate's in the pits as well, Raghunathan, but hopefully he's far enough behind to not cause a hold up because we can't double stack on this game. And there we go, we're onto the medium compound tyres, and away we go. Don't change that wing. And looking behind us now, it looks like Raghunathan's just going in there, and it looks like he won't get held up. So there we go, into P7. And at the end of the safety car period, it's Verstappen ahead. We're in P7, Raikkonen behind, then Ocon. So it looks like we will have another Renault for company at some point during this race, but it's not going to be Daniel Ricciardo. He lost out during that safety car period. And we can't be making any moves on Red Bull. Surely no, we tried so desperately. We ran out wide, outbraked ourselves into turn 1 once again. But no, unfortunately we are P7, and that's where we shall be remaining for this race, hopefully. The cars ahead are far too quick. The cars behind are far too quick for us, but I'm playing a great defensive drive at this moment in time. So we jump all the way to lap 11 now. We've been fending off the cars for quite some laps, but no one's been able to get any overtakes done on us. But it looks like we're finally under attack from Esteban Ocon in that other Renault. And he's going to make a move on us now with DRS available to him, of course. And he's up the inside. We're going to try and fend it off around the outside like we did with Ricciardo earlier. And we're still there, so it looks like we're going to have the inside line into the final corner, which we do. Ocon just backs out of it there to allow us through as we start lap 12, but that of course means that Ocon backing off means he will have the DRS on us once again down this straight. I've run out of overtake. I've been defending that much these last few laps, and he's up the inside. Oh, there was nearly contact, a slight wheel rub there I think, and we're going to try and hang on around the outside if we can, but we can't sadly, and that means that Esteban Ocon is through. and into P7. We dropped to P8. We're trying to use any little bit of the overtake button we've got just to try and catch back up to him. See if we could send it up the inside here. No, I'm not risking that. I've already got some slight wing damage anyway, and any more contact and that would ruin our race completely. So I'm going to try and just bide my time, see if there's any opportunities that arise, but more importantly, defend the P8 that we've got now, and hopefully we can bring home some points in this race. It's going to be a really close finish this. We've got some really quick cars behind us, and of course Ocon ahead, so it's going to be an interesting one. And as you can see, we're on lap 14. The skies have darkened, they tipped rain. It didn't come, thankfully for us, which means it's a less stressful race. We've still got Ocon ahead, and we're fair enough matching him for time there, so that's quite good. And more importantly, we've got a gap of 2 seconds to the cars behind of Raikkonen and Danny Kvyat, which means that on this final lap of the race, and rounding the hairpin, and we're going to go into the final corner, it means that we're going to score some points, guys. We're going to get P8 and 4 points for the Lola Mastercard team. There you go, look, we even had DRS at the end for Ocon, but it wasn't to be, but P8! We are P8, lads. Unbelievable stuff. We score as first points in China, and the driver of the day wasn't us. Well, it should have been. Ocon did do a good race, though, to be fair. But yeah, we are P8, and there's Toto Wolff, Grease Lightning, down diddle Grease Lightning, go Grease Lightning. Valtteri Bottas race winner. Oh, you wouldn't see that on F1 2020 real life, would you? Oh no. There they are, look, the Mercedes boys hugging and kissing as always. They're delighted. No, not wearing any masks, not obeying social distancing. Neither of the crew. Look at this. Look at this. No masks, no nothing. Valtteri Bottas picks up his trophy, and now you know what it's time for now. It's time for the champagne! No. And there you go, that is the runners and riders finishing position. Alexander Albon picks up a podium, which is fantastic for him. We're P8 though, lads. Look at Lance Stroll all the way down there with a 5-second time penalty. What a loser. And the only retirement of that race was Carlos Sainz with a engine failure, it was in the end. And Raghunathan brings up the rear of the finishers, quite a long way off anyone. And look at that. With 4 points, we're now P13 in the Drivers' Championship, which is fantastic. We're ahead of Lance Stroll, so, you know, small mercies and all that lot. We're ahead of the pay driver. And that only puts us 9th in the Constructors. I thought that would put us higher, but AlphaTauri picked up a point, as did Alfa Romeo that race. So, of course, that just gapped him a little bit further to us. But 9th in the Constructors with points is unbelievable. And here we are for an invitational interview with Will Boxton. I wonder what he's going to ask us. How's the second driver? Well, I'm not going to say how bad at press, am I? I'm not going to say anything that drastically bad. I'll put, yeah. What shall I have a look for? Yeah, it's done alright, yeah. Great.
Would it be safe to say that
team orders. We don't need team orders in my sport. I'm the number one driver. I'm better than Mahia Raghunathan anyway. So team orders will never come into play because he's never going to be close enough to us. Struggling to points this. Well, we just got into points, Will. God, don't be kicking us while we're down, Jim. Fuck's sake. I mean, we're doing alright, I thought. But yeah, there we go. Do you need relationship? Oh, yeah, I'll see it. I don't think it's going to be successful, Will, but you've not got that as an option. So I'm just going to put, yeah, they invest in us, we invest in them. You know, all the PR bullshit that all the other drivers and teams do. What are your predictions going into the season? Let's pick up some points. Let's just think more points. You know, we're a bit out of his depth, but I think more points are possible. Thanks very much, Will. I really enjoyed that. Much love, matey. So there you go, guys. That is the end of the race from China, where Lola Mastercard picks up some points. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Let me know your thoughts and feedback down below, and I'll see you for the next one, which will be next week, hopefully, if the game works. Much love!